All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Polar Spiel final here. My name is Peerless Garris. Peter,
I'm Peter Granlund.
Peter Gramlin, thank you. Sorry, I knew that, and I blanked here, but that's okay. We have an exciting final for you today. We'll be broadcasting Third Rock from the Button. They're taking on Grey Duck here at Frogtown. And what are we looking for? This is two really talented teams, Peter, so it should be a good game.
These are very talented teams. We've got Jason Pereira, who is a world level curler, skipping one side, and the president of Frogtown Curling Club,
What a matchup.
Skipping the other. So not sure if Clint rigged anything to get it this far. He definitely has the pull to make it happen, but I'd like to believe that we ran a clean ship this week. So.
Polar Spiel here at Frogtown. We do have 4 sheets in play today. We'll be broadcasting the number 1 final championship with 3 other events going on close by here on Jason's sheets. It looks like Jason's team, and that would be
Grey Duck.
Grey Duck is throwing first here, and it'll be their lead. That is Edward O'Keefe getting us started here. First stone of the match. And what are we looking for early in this one? I've been watching a lot of national championships from Duluth this weekend and this week, but what are we looking for here today in this game?
I think they're going to try to keep things clean a little early. No big ends.
Yeah.
Probably what both sides are looking for. You just don't want to let the other team get ahead here. I especially think that Team Third Rock from the Button is going to want to make sure that they keep things a lot cleaner. You don't want to get into a hit game with Team Grey Duck right now.
Good looking draw to get things started here, or excuse me, a guard. And now we have first.
This is Dan Mueller.
Dan Mueller, yeah. Gets real low there. And Peter, there's not really a correct way to come out of the hack, right? But there certainly are some different techniques that can be used.
Absolutely. I don't know if there's anybody delivering right now on any of the sheets that are Manitoba Tuckers, but I do know the skip on sheet A.
Yeah, on A, yeah.
I just got done playing him.
Okay.
Obviously we lost here.
Because you're up here with me, unfortunately. Yeah.
But yeah, so there's the Manitoba Tuck.
Yeah.
It would be the other one that gets particularly low.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you'll see a variety of different kinds of deliveries.
Lead second here from Third Rock.
This is Grey Duck here.
It was Grey Duck, excuse me. Maybe a tad wider than Jason wanted it, but it's going to end up in a good spot here.
I think it's still a good guard here.
Good looking rock there. Okay.
Lot of opportunities with that stone.
Now Clint's calling up his shot here.
He's going to try to get up another corner guard.
So pretty deliberate here, going 2 corner guards to get things going here.
Yeah, I think this is a smart, aggressive play, especially since yellow doesn't have a stacked guarded stone in the center. You get a couple of corner guards up, maybe we see a couple more stones in play, and they can worry about taking out some of the center stones if necessary. I don't know, is one of those yellows biting, or is that?
No.
It is out, okay.
It's just out.
A lot of plan
I'm the one with the view.
Yeah.
I'll move this more centrally here. All right.
If there's anyone watching along,
7 of you.
We are paying attention to the chat too, so feel free to say hi.
Absolutely. That is Joe Olson delivering his first stone of the day for Grey Duck. Looks like they might get a bit of a tap back here, maybe not intentionally, but
that's not a bad stone.
Yeah.
It's a good outcome at least.
Right.
appears to be barely biting.
Yeah. So Clint's going to decide to take this out right away.
I think that's a smart move. Taylor Hall here is a particularly good hitter.
Looks to be online. Might get both.
And not quite both.
No. So that's not particularly ideal because that Yellowstone looks like it's
Looks like it's biting
looks like
still.
it's biting still, yeah. And it's a little bit hidden.
Jason content to play a patient game here, try to pull another stone in behind that red.
I've played with and against Jason previously. Subbed a couple times in my league.
Yeah,
very knowledgeable. It's very helpful to play with and against him, really, especially in general like league curling, because he'll help you out.
I have the privilege to have either curled with or against most of the folks on this ice, and also have spent quite a bunch of time working with Jason. He was coaching our 5U
He's a
team.
coach, right? Yeah.
He's also a very valuable member of TCCA curling. He's been doing a lot of clinics lately.
This is Taylor's second shot. There was a bit of a discussion which side they want to draw to, it looks like.
So big port there to pull in.
Yeah. Forrest Greenwood wearing that nice cowboy hat on this team.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I understand the reference there.
No, me neither. But
maybe he's a space cowboy.
He's easy to point out or pick out when he's all the way down the ice. That one a little bit strong there, and both these teams played today already, right? So they
correct.
Although we know that the ice is ever changing, and even within a game, throughout the day, even probably from when they played earlier today. First shot for Evan Jensen here for Grey Duck. What's the plan here?
I think this is to try to pull another one in. I'm not sure about this. Yeah. Looks like this might be we're on a plan B here potentially.
Looks like they're adjusting.
They're gonna hit that red back.
Mm-hmm.
Should be enough to make it sitting shot. Yep.
Yeah. You can't see. You can only see about half that stone if you're Clint here. So they're not to draw again instead of maybe trying to.
It's a tough hit. It's going to be hard to hit and stick on that. So pull another one in and maybe look at possibly walking away with 2 or 3.
Here's Forrest first. Looks to be light here. A little bit light there.
Yeah, not quite what we were looking for. Now, Perry, you and I both have some familiarity with Forrest.
Yeah.
We both play in the same league night with him. He's my skip on Tuesday nights.
That's right.
We've recently played each other.
Yeah, you guys gave us our second loss of the year, if I remember correctly. That was a couple weeks ago.
I believe that is correct, yes.
Yeah. We've since won again. So I think we're 9-2. Yeah. We're having a good year.
I think a particularly good year, yes.
Pretty good year for us. Our skip comes back from vacation today, so we're excited about that. he missed our last game and we won without him, so we can at least rub that in his face a little bit.
See just quite how essential he is to the process.
Exactly right. All right. It looks like they're going to try and softly tap this back maybe here. Well, come with more pace than I thought. We'll see.
Well, this could be a drag effect shot here.
Okay. I know they're trying to move their redstone back. Oh, maybe not.
I think they were trying to get rid of it completely, but I think that was just a bit out.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
Now, red's still pretty exposed. And they're only sitting that one. I think we see a guard here. Oh, he's going to split the house.
Okay. Those are your two main options, right? You can either try to guard that up and pull onto one, or you can try to split the house and create some more problems for that team.
Correct. Make them make some tough shots.
Yeah. Here's for a second. Looks like it is just a draw to that right side of the house.
Now, there is some concern with this.
Yeah.
If he doesn't place this just right, not only is that red stone exposed, but depending on how hard you throw after it, could maybe get a roll buried. That could be really tough to deal with.
And it looks like, again, it's a little bit short. Forest again. And
maybe struggling a little bit to adjust to some weight. You know, as you said earlier, both of these teams have played before.
Yeah.
And the last time they threw were probably significantly faster ice they were dealing with it fully warmed up.
Right. This looks like Jason will now throw his first of two.
Try to get rid of that stone, I believe.
Yeah. It's not a true takeout. Looks like from that broom, right? It's a little bit more controlled.
I would say maybe even like a board or a hack weight. See if maybe they can get around those yellows a little bit. They're coming inside out. Even if you hit dead nose, it's not the worst thing, but you might be better off just getting rid of it and spilling the shooter.
Okay.
Yellow, it does have that second stone biting, so if they get rid of it, the blank is not really an opportunity.
No. And certainly Clint knows that. Is adjusting based on this. He's called on the brooms right away.
Oh boy. I think he's got it.
Yeah, looks good.
It's going to be gone. Now, where's it going to roll to? Oh, all the way across. Is it going to be buried? That's a beautiful shot.
That's what we came for.
All right.
Quite a rock there from Jason. Now, Clint.
I think a freeze here.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Yep.
It's a difficult shot, but I think if you can pull it off, it's almost indefensible, right?
You don't have a lot that you can do with it. You know, Jason could choose
besides draw
inside,
draw right back inside of that as well.
Plus, if you're a little heavy, maybe you tap it back a little bit. That's not a problem.
Right. If you freeze to it, like we said, it's impossible to hit it, right, with any kind of speed. From how well that stone's buried. And if you do, it'll just take the Yellowstone off the back there. All right, here's Clint. This is his first of two in the first end.
They're on it early. I think they're worried about it being light. It's starting to move a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think he got it deep enough here.
This is 3 stones in a row from
third rock from the button.
Third rock from the button, and certainly in orbit here of the house. All right. What's the call here if you're
throw a center line guard
Jason?
up.
So you're like, okay,
relatively high. Make it a tough draw for them. Now, if it's curling enough, you could pull that back, maybe sit top 12, make the draw hard, and then
potentially,
maybe even have another one counting. If you get it deep enough, too, you're basically making him throw a really tough button draw just to get one.
Yeah. From this line, it looks like it's some type of guard, something higher up in the house.
Yeah, based on the curl we're seeing, I think that would be correct. If you sit top 12 or maybe a little bit higher than that, that's going to be real tough to get anything beyond that.
Looks to be a little bit heavy.
I was a little concerned about it being heavy. It's starting to
Peter,
move quite a bit.
Whoever can figure the weight out first has a distinct advantage in these type of games.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right. I think it's a little deeper than they wanted, but not the end of the world, right? To be sitting 3.
Well, I think it's going to end up working out pretty well for them. You can't really hit and stick with
No.
where the other yellow is placed. So unless you're trying to double them out.
Although doing that would limit them to 1.
Correct.
Steal of 1.
Correct.
If you were able to hit and stick.
Assuming right, yeah. If you hit and stick, it would be just a single one. It does look like they're going to try to draw around.
Yep.
If they can be narrow of those front 2 yellows.
Yeah.
Then they have to hope they can be still wide enough to miss that last shot. It's a tough board.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, and I think as long as they're beating out that second stone, they can still score here. Let's see. Again, they're on it.
I think they need to make sure that it doesn't overcurl. This looks pretty good, though.
Yeah.
It's starting to move.
Got
a hold line. Uh-oh.
Can't be short of that one.
Overcurling. Maybe they can get a roll. Oh.
They're going to give up 2, I think.
That's a tough opening end. Well, that's going to be a steal of 2 here to kick things off.
That's the downside, right? If you don't get around, if you don't hit it, if you don't get around, you could end up giving up a couple there.
Well, while we reset and we get these first couple of stones in play, we actually have a very special guest joining us.
I'm going to step aside.
We'll be back in just a couple of seconds. All right, with us right now is our very special guest. This bottle of Malort that has joined us all the way from the Brainerd Curling Club. Welcome.
Thank you, Peter. It's really great to be here at Frogtown.
You know, I personally am so excited to have you here. As a Malort enjoyer myself, I am particularly enthused that you decided to join us, not just right now, but over the course of the last week as well.
It's been an incredible week here with my biggest fans. I couldn't ask for more for a vacation.
So what have you been doing since you've been to Frogtown now?
Well, spent a lot of time in the Sheedy Lounge this week. They gave me a cowbell. There's a lot of leagues to watch, and then the Fuller Spiel has just been out of this world. I've had so much fun so far.
Yeah, have you done anything interesting or different?
Well, I even got to take a little field trip yesterday beyond Frogtown's walls out into the local neighborhood. I've never been to St. Paul before. That was really exciting for me.
Oh, that's great. Where did you go?
Have you heard of the Nickel Joint?
I am very familiar with the Nickel Joint, yes. Maybe a little too familiar with the Nickel Joint.
They gave me such a warm welcome. They even let me pour a few drinks. I've always wanted to bartend.
Oh.
At Brainerd, they just let me hang out near the bar, but they don't give me any responsibility. So I've had a lot of time to watch, and I was ready to put that into action.
So you're saying you've enjoyed your vacation in here in St. Paul?
I couldn't be asking for more. I do miss my friends at Brainerd, and I hope that they'll come get me someday. They just need to send some folks down to Spiel at Frogtown, but in the meantime, I'm among friends.
Oh, wonderful. So I do believe the next Spiel then available to them would be the Ice Out Spiel. Is that correct?
The Gopher Women's Spiel.
Oh, yes.
February 21st through 23rd still has a few spots open. I've heard some friends from Brainerd are coming down, but I think there's room for more if they want to send a whole party to make sure I have safe passage back home. I'm excited to get back home, but every minute here at Frogtown is fun.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about Frogtown or to your friends back in Brainerd?
I would just like to thank the Brainerd Club for all of their support of my travel. And, I love Frogtown, though. It's a fun club.
We are the Fun Club. We've loved having you. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
It's been an honor to be here.
Wonderful.
Thank you for putting me on the air.
Thank you. All right, and we'll be right back here in just a couple of seconds. Oh, what a treat that was. It is so wonderful to have such
Yeah.
great friends joining us, like the bottle of Malort. I know
Yeah.
they've always been a constant companion of mine. So
Yeah. One of your best friends, I know.
absolutely, absolutely. We were a Malort themed team this year. in the
Oh,
Polar
okay.
Spiel,
Yeah,
so,
I missed that part of it, but I do respect it as
yeah.
much as I do not like it.
All right. So
All right.
where are we at here?
Yeah, back to what we were doing here originally. Looks like we're about halfway through the end. A little more than that, actually. Clint's team sitting one here.
No, I believe Jason.
Or Jason, excuse me. Yeah.
Oh boy, that stone really started to take off here. Gonna be a nice draw. Maybe a little deeper than they wanted it.
Yeah. But not a problem. You have that high center guard, right? So it's
Clint has to
tough to attack what's in the house right now.
Clint has to make a couple of tough decisions
Although,
here.
yeah, I mean, you could double these right here.
It'd be really tough. That's. I think it's technically there, but you'd have to throw with a lot of weight
to get that.
Yeah. Instead, I think they're gonna maybe try to get around and maybe get to both of them. I heard a board weight call here.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the right call, right play here.
Ooh, feels.
They just gotta avoid that guard, which I think they will. It's gonna be tight.
Dan's hammering on it to keep it straight.
Really tight.
Ooh, wow. Great stone.
Nice. So yeah, so when you do come with less weight, it's tougher at that angle, right?
Well, and but they got a nice roll.
They did. No, it was a good shot.
I'm saying,
for,
right. Yeah, for a really nice.
If they wanted to get two, that's the difficulty is the amount of angle you need to knock both of them out. So
that was a great team shot too.
Really?
That was excellent
Absolutely
sweeping.
Right, great sweeping.
I will say one thing I really appreciate Frogtown is I think there's some particularly good sweepers at this club, and I do think that we have a lot of love for the sweeping part of the game here.
The grinders. As a longtime lead, I completely agree. So here we go.
Oh, this could be really nice.
They're going to freeze right to it.
Yes, they are. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Maybe a little exposed still. There's possibly an angle, but
I like this call. It's not easy. I think they can only see maybe about a half to 3/4 of that that stone that's shooting shot rock, but if they can clear it.
They could clear it, yeah.
And then be sitting shot here. Down by one is Clint.
Looking for control weight here.
Coming right towards us here in our lofted booth at Frogtown Curling Club, where it is it's a little warmer than it is outside, but it's actually pretty warmed up today, I think.
Yeah, it's nicer here, nicer now than it was when we were playing or when we were commentating on Thursday.
Yeah,
it was quite cold.
Yeah. All right, Forrest coming in here. And it needs to bring some weight, and it looks to be tight right out of the hand.
Yeah, that immediate sweep call. I think we're looking at maybe wrecking the guard.
It's going to be very close.
Oh, that was a good scrub.
Yeah.
But not quite enough. That's not a terrible outcome, though.
No,
that's not a terrible
the guard
outcome.
off the center line. But it gives Jason an opportunity here to potentially put 3 in the house and knock out
3 in the house
red.
with a nice freeze here.
Yeah.
That'd be really, really tough.
Looks to be the call here. This is Jensen. And it looks to be a little lighter.
A little light. You know,
No.
a guard's not a problem here.
Right, you're just replacing that really as a plan B.
And it's technically a slightly better guard.
Yep,
so
it is
over a little bit more.
Yeah, it's covering the center line a little bit. So that's good. Here's for a second, and same shot here for him. So running that same shot back for a player can be helpful, right? Because you knew exactly what you did wrong.
Very much so. And in fact, Clint actually gave him a little bit more broom here. I'm not sure that
Still
helped
coming
though.
across.
I think Forrest may have dialed it down too much.
This might miss that guard.
Oh.
Got a little bit lucky there. That also didn't stay in the house there at the backside, but
Provides some options.
yeah. Now that could be run back. That stone they just played. If
Not a lot
if
of
it came to it.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying if that right side gets closed off at all. Let's see what the decision here from Jason's team. Great curling up here.
Yeah, I think this is one of those shots that that you love as a skip, where you have a lot of room for error on this. Maybe you try to put one down frozen, but you know what? If you're a little wide, a little light, it's not a bad place to be.
Second end here in the Polar Spiel Championship. Jason Pereira with his first stone of the end, sitting one. Peter laid all the options here that can happen with this shot. We'll see what it turns into. Just looking to help it along a little bit down the ice here. And
that's a lovely
really good
freeze there.
Yeah. Got a little tiny bit of pop, but not enough to really affect anything.
If anything, it might have helped.
Right, it helped freeze that second stone to it. So
you've got a situation here where if you really wanted to, you could really throw hard at that yellow that was just thrown and eject the red. The way everything's lined up, I don't think you have any scenario where that hurts the shot rock. Even if it does, I don't think you'd be sitting yellow 3.
Yeah, I don't think you complain about
it.
Yeah.
So now this is a tough shot for Clinton team. Wonder if they're gonna maybe try to just sit in that pocket there, count them down. If you're a little wide, maybe you nip the back of that 4-foot there.
Yeah.
Really try to keep them down from getting more than one. This is unfortunate. Just some damage control, really.
There's no way to get to that the stone that's sitting shot right now. It's
no, and if you freeze
really
on it,
it's really fortified.
If you freeze on it out wide enough, you maybe have an opportunity with the second throw, but
with the angle you have to come in at, that'd be sitting so. There's a real risk of having that just hang way out there.
Correct.
All right, here's Clint's first. Down 2-0 here in the second end of our final. Brooms are off. Now they're going to get on it.
Now, I got to hold line. Got to make sure you get around that front yellow. Oh
boy.
Not quite.
No. Is there any good news out of the shot? I mean, it's going to be tougher to. Does it make it tougher to knock that second rock out, or is it still the same kind of situation where if you drill that red, it could knock it right out of there?
I think if you make almost any contact with the red, the chain reaction still sends the back red out. So the question is if it's worth throwing that or saying let's take our one here.
Would be another steal. They stole 2.
I think Jason's content to do that. Just throw up another guard.
Mhm.
Make sure they don't have another opportunity at it. If you're a touch wide,
Yeah.
you're fine. There's not really an angle to bump the back red in any way to advance it closer to the button.
Mhm.
So
Right.
they send this out pretty wide here. Maybe even stacked up on the on that red that was just thrown. They're
Much
looking at a
less can
nice
go wrong
steal.
with the shot than
Correct.
trying to hit here.
Yeah.
Right. You could open up more opportunities than you think the opposition has if
Correct.
if you go for the hit. Whereas this is a safer play to almost assure yourself one. Jason's second shot here.
Feels maybe a touch heavy.
Yeah, it might end up a little deeper.
Curl.
Let's see.
You might as well leave it high and wide.
Yeah. They just want it over a little. That's why they're trying to curl the stone there. Or central. There it is. What are your options here for Clint? They're discussing them now. They're talking about coming in from this other side.
Yeah, you have an in off, possibly. You could try to do that angle raise. Oof. It's not pretty.
I think this is going. Anything they try is going to be more harmful than good, because there's always that risk that I think you're talking about now, that their stone just pops off the end, and you give them 2 or 3.
Yeah, there is a point here where you weigh all of your options, and then you might just decide to throw the one that's the least risky.
Yeah. There's almost no option to come in from the left after that guard and the way that the stones are situated in the side of the house.
They are going to try to run this.
Now, if you can somehow get your own stone here, you might be able to move the one that's sitting on the button.
Possibly, and I think that's maybe the only good outcome. You have to make contact with that red, but you got to do it in a way that isn't too heavy, otherwise you spill.
Just the angle that needs to get there is just going to be really challenging. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, it's a risky play in a final. Maybe you take it here. Maybe it's just
it's got to be
regular league game. Let's see.
I think maybe
too tight.
Plan B for an in-off. I don't.
No.
Oh yeah.
Just a little.
Okay. Well,
probably
one yellow.
Maybe the best case scenario. In this situation.
Right.
If you aren't right, you want to err on the side of missing everything as opposed to, being too fat and then having, or too thin and having it give up more than a stone, giving up more than one. So another point for Jason. They're up 3-0 after 2 in this championship match here.
And I think Jason is more than content to just keep playing this very slow, patient game.
Yeah.
Like you said, no big ends.
Mm-hmm. If you're Clint, though, there's no reason to panic. We're in just the third end here.
So not quite at the level of panicking yet, but it is important to know Polar Spiel is a 6-end Spawn Spiel.
Oh.
So we do have 2 less ends.
All right, well, it's time
to be patient. So maybe not panic quite yet.
It's time to start panicking.
You're going to have to start thinking about,
I apologize.
About what that looks
like. Sorry, I said that, Clint. It's time to start panicking. No, I'm just kidding. No, not quite yet, but yeah.
Another reason for Jason to be fine with taking one there. Don't try to force something. Steal 1. You're up 3 with 4 ends left.
It also legitimizes that risk that maybe Clint was willing to take there to try and get one back there at least, because there's not a ton of time left. So Grey Duck goes with the corner guard. And this one's going to leak into the house here for...
That's what it looks like. That's maybe not a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Because I think, Jason's just going to get rid of this. Maybe you get a roll back in towards the center. I don't think that was an opted corner guard on that yellow. I think that was maybe
just a miss center.
maybe a miss center.
But
it's ultimately not a big deal.
Stone in play at that point is fine. That's what I tell my lead anyway. Takeout looks to be online. Doesn't look like it's going to stay, but it'll do the job. Maybe.
You know, if you're on that outside, you're almost better off with it spilling out than leaving it.
Clint's call is for a corner guard here.
Yeah, they need to get something in front of the house. Make sure that they get 2 here. This is
an important guard, right?
This is a very important guard. If this is too deep, Jason's going to just keep playing the hit game, and they can play that through the entire end if they need to. Now that front yellow that they threw could become a problem.
Dan Mueller's second shot here.
This is definitely not going to make the house.
Which is important. Even if it is a little
really
high.
is carrying, though.
Yeah, even if it's a little high, it's not going to be high. It's
high is fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, high is fine.
Good spot for it.
That's nice. It's tight. It's not so high as to make it too easy to get behind.
Joe Olson now for Grey Duck in the hack.
So we're going to see a center line guard here that is a touch to our left.
Okay.
Just to try to cut down that draw path for them behind that guard. Then you might force Clint's team to try to draw behind the yellow instead, which could be a dangerous prospect. The other benefit here is if you're a little heavy, you can just choose to take the draw instead.
And it's moving. Wow. That thing is diving across.
And there they got. That accomplishes the goal.
I don't think it's grabbing.
This is a really tough shot here.
Yeah.
It's a tough draw.
Gonna follow in behind. Try to draw.
Yeah, they need to get behind those. They still need to get behind some cover here.
Looks like we've seen it dive across here a couple of times from the same
This
exact
looks
line.
pretty good. That's why they're on it now. They got to make sure that they get around. They're around. Now the question is, how deep is it going to go? Clint's making sure that it pushes buried.
Yeah.
It's definitely not open, but it is drawable to it.
That's the call here from Jason. They're going to try to sit right on that stone. The only one in the house right now for Clint's team.
Another one where you have some room for error. If you're a little heavy, maybe you bump that back.
Here's Olsen second. He just threw the same line, so that's helpful. Wanting to throw a little bit heavier now.
Yeah, a touch heavier than the last one.
This
now they're maybe a little concerned that it's too heavy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
There's a chance that doesn't stay in. Yeah.
That's a costly mistake.
Let's see if Clint and Third Rock can take advantage of it here. Another from Hall. This is just be maybe wide and a little light. We'll see.
Force was on it early. Maybe concerns that it's not heavy enough, but now they got to go hard.
Yeah.
Gotta try to get it to curl behind more. They leave it a little high. It's not necessarily the worst thing.
Yeah. All right. So Third Rock is sitting 2.
Oh, is Jason looking at the double here?
Yeah. It's a longer one.
Yep, long double, but
that's
pretty decent room for error here.
Stone in the back is sitting right on the back end of the edge of that. Or excuse me, right on the edge of the 8. Okay. Jensen's first. Plenty of weight on this.
It's got to move over.
Just a little.
Might
Little
just.
thin.
Oh.
Little thin. Yeah, okay.
It's not a bad outcome.
No.
Still gone.
Got the first job done, right? Which was clear the stone that they were trying to hit. Here's Forrest now. They're going right back to the well here. Same
I think
shot.
so. Same shot,
You want to get a little more buried, right? So it can't be hit.
preferably. You know, if you're fully in the 12 but
Yeah.
buried behind that yellow, that's not a bad place to be at all.
And it
Even
has-
if you're a tiny bit exposed too,
Mhm.
that makes it harder to get the double.
yeah, if you can't square it up,
Mhm.
then it's going to be tough to hit it straight back. And this starting to
curl.
again. This might sit. in
He's
front
going
of
to
everything,
wreck
you know.
on that yellow. Now the question is, how much is it going to promote that?
Not enough to.
Not enough to matter, I think.
Let's see if it made it in the house. We're on a delay. We're calling live. And we're watching on a delay. All right. Yeah. So
There
it is biting.
is. It is biting. It did probably cover that red a little bit. They're still going to try to get behind.
Yeah.
Here, I think it's there.
Jensen second.
You also don't need to get all the way down there now. If you can
No.
just get behind the red,
And
maybe touch blue,
Yeah.
be scoring rock, it's going to be hard to deal with.
Jensen, remember, sent his first rock through. It just didn't really curl like he wanted to. And this one is going to sit up. And looks like it's going to be exposed, but then you run into really good
Going to
shot.
freeze,
Yeah,
though. That's
yeah.
a nice
Really
shot.
nice, yeah. I was going to say, if you get that deep, you want it to sit right on that rock there.
Excellent team shot there. Great
Absolutely.
sweeping.
Yeah.
Clint's going to have to follow it up here.
Second from Forrest. Trying to come right around that same group of stones in the guard and for that same shot. They're on it early and hard.
Probably can't hurt at this angle right now. Like, they don't
Yeah.
need to care if the back red stays if they get to it.
No, it's just
That's a little
right.
too light again.
Not going to factor in as it moved amongst that cluster sitting above the house. So what's the plan here for Jason? Are they going to try and draw to that as well?
I think you guard it.
Oh, you got it.
Just
Okay.
put a stone right in the middle of that port. If you put it on the center line pretty close to the house, it's just going to be so hard to get behind that. You can maybe even cheat a tiny bit to our right, broom side of center line.
All right. Jason Pereira here with his first shot here in the third end, leading 3-0 in this Polar Spiel Championship. We have one of the events finals is already over on D. 2 more still going. So far, Jason hasn't had to sweat too much, Peter, in this
No,
final.
he's playing a very comfortable game for him. A little heavy here.
Yeah, it looks to be hanging out wider than he wanted. Will that create an opportunity? It's coming across now.
If it stops here,
Yeah.
it's a little deeper than is good. There is an opportunity. It's probably not possible to get the double here.
No, just because of it's frozen.
Yeah, there. I mean, depending on the angle you hit it.
Yeah.
But you might.
You can hit that backstone on the left side of it.
Yeah, it's.
Pop
I
it
mean,
out.
that's a possibility. You're definitely losing the back red,
Right.
which is fine.
Almost,
But you
almost
need to
any
hit it.
scenario. Yeah.
You'd have to hit it with enough weight for it to kind of squirt out at that point.
Yeah.
And you got to hope that the yellow also bounces out the
Yeah.
back corner. So
Yeah,
it's
you
a
want-
tough angle.
It's right of center on that stone sitting, touching the
So
top
they
of the
are going to
floor.
run this back.
Yeah. I think you have to at this point.
Yeah. And I
You
think
have
the
hammer, you have hammer, right? So it's
the goal would be hit it broom side of nose so that you can maybe get a roll
Yes.
back behind that yellow corner guard.
that's thinking about the shooter as well. Right?
Yep. Yeah, have the shooter spill out there.
Yeah.
And at that point, it doesn't really necessarily matter if
No.
you if the yellow sticks around or not. Hopefully, you're still sitting shot buried, or at least partially buried for a tough shot, and then hopefully an open hit if Jason leaves in one.
All right, this is a big shot here in the third, and they're on it right away.
Oh no, he is wildly narrow.
Oh boy.
So is there this?
Oh.
That is quite a plan B.
Okay, that's home. That's what we call home cooking, I think.
It's not shot. Yellow's not
No.
shot here, but it's a stone in play.
From where that shot was headed, this is certainly a positive outcome.
Well, that was
for
yeah,
Clint.
far better than what could have happened.
All right. The randomness of sport and of curling is always what makes it interesting. And certainly we saw that there. So, Peter, what's Jason going to look to do here with his last shot?
I would think a guard. I think
Guarding
a
up
guard here
again?
makes sense.
Yeah, he was a little deep on his last one.
You maybe try to just protect that red so
Yeah.
that they can't run it back. That would be my biggest concern.
So
with
just
yellow.
left of center, you mean?
Yeah, just left of center. And you're probably best leaving this pretty high.
Again, it's
Or in.
yeah, it's looks like it's going to be right of center here, and it starts to move.
Oh, gotta miss that yellow. Ooh, okay.
Oh, it's smallest of ticks, and that's going to be scoring, I think.
I think that leaves
Oh, yeah.
yellow sitting too. I do not believe that is what he wanted.
No, because now a hit and stay, and you're scoring one, I guess, right? That's
Hit and stick is one for red, so it's
it
not
gets you on
that
the
bad.
board. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's any path to two, and barring running the red back
No.
at a very specific angle, I
Yeah.
don't think that's possible.
No. I think you take what you're given here.
Yeah, you get yeah, take the point. I think that's what Clint just said.
If you try to get too creative, you can end up giving up one. So
Now he's going for a draw here, so
okay.
he can be a little heavy.
Yep.
Send that yellow back a little bit. Now he's got to be careful he doesn't
It needs to move quite a bit.
hang out too much.
It needs to
That's
move-
okay. It was
yeah.
moving late, but yeah, well, look at how much it just hangs out before it takes off. So now they
It's
got to
coming.
go.
It's coming. They do have to go.
Got to go hard.
They might get a tick off their own stone here. This is something.
Oh, no.
They did.
And it still worked. Wow.
That's what I saw that coming. I said that could tick off their own and sit for one, and it did. That's not how you draw it up, certainly, but sometimes you need some of that.
Yeah, you need a little bit of luck. I think Clint had a lot of luck being used in that end. Let's see if it holds up for him.
Yeah,
now.
let's see if he used all of his luck when he has two shots there, because it was certainly something to behold. All right,
Okay,
3-1.
Right on the board. Now let's see what happens with Grey Duck having hammer.
3 ends to go here in our final. 3-1. Grey Duck in the lead. And I think it was important to get on the board there.
I think so too. I think this could be a good place for Clint's team to be not having hammer. Work on maybe stealing. This looks a little light though.
Yeah. How important are these early shots now for Clint's team to try and get back in this game?
Very. Very. It's really hard to steal if you don't get a guard up early.
Yeah. This one's just
Because you
light.
need something in the house. and then start protecting it. So if that's the path that they're going to try to play, which I think is probably what makes sense given 3 ends to play.
Yeah. That the empty D sheet
Could have an effect.
Could
Could be
have an
having a
effect now.
huge effect on this right now.
has to be factored in. Oh, a lot of stones in the house on or in play, I should say, on
And all on one side of the sheet too.
the club must be tilted over there. All right. There are almost none of them on the right side. That is on B. That's a funny looking house. All right. First from Jason's club. Gray Duck, and it's a corner guard, and it's right where he wants it. Good stone there from Edward O'Keefe.
You know, you always want to get your juice when you have hammer, but I think that 2 here might be enough to put the game away. If Jason can just get his deuce here, it's going to be incredibly difficult to claw back for Clint's team.
Much better weight here from Dan Mueller, and it's going to
still be a little short, I think.
Yeah. Looks like going to rest right next to that one. Yep. Was he trying to draw behind there?
No, I think
Maybe
he was
trying
trying
to put a
to
guard
just
up?
get
Okay.
a center
Well,
line
that's a good spot
guard.
for him,
It's not a terrible outcome.
No. You've created a pretty decent size area to draw to with those 2 guards there. Let's see here. This is looks like a draw behind from Gray Duck.
Yep, try to get behind that now. You got a lot of cover. So if
First-
you can narrowly miss that front guard, pull behind.
First from the Gray Duck second, Joe Olson. Line looks pretty solid.
Plenty of weight.
Yeah, really good.
That's a beautiful stone. That's right where they want it to. Very important stone from Taylor Hall here.
Yeah.
Arguably all of Clint's team stones are important at this point, but
This,
feels a little heavy
yeah.
and wide.
Where does he
Starting to
want to
come
stand
in.
up? Where does he want to
He
stand
wants
up?
this to be a freeze
Yeah.
right on the corner of that yellow. Now they got to go hard. Oh. Must be pretty frosty over on that side. I think he got out a little bit.
Because you thought it was a little heavy out of his hand, and then
Well, they didn't want to touch it either.
Right. No, everybody thought it was light. Jason's call here. What do you think? He's asking the questions now. They're going to split the house.
No, that's a really tough run back to try to make for red here. So I like splitting the house.
Does he care where this goes, or is he just trying to get these out of there?
I think he wants it on the outside to try to blow stuff up here.
Second from Jensen.
So it's different.
It was a tough shot. It just missed, I think, what the
I think so.
intended
I think that
target was.
wasn't quite.
With his first shot coming up, Skipstone's on fourth. Okay. Hello.
You saw it. You didn't, you weren't able to speak to it.
Oh my goodness. Clint stealing 2 in the 4th. It's 3-3 here. Hopefully the audio is back and functional. Perry and Peter on the call here at Frogtown in the Polar Spiel final. My skip just texted me, making sure I was ready for our game tonight, and I am ready. I am ready to go. Yeah, we're at St. Paul tonight. Yeah, we're trying to turn our season around. We're about 500, but we're trying to play good curling. I was able to sub Thursday. We played Tuesday here. A lot of curling. A couple of bond spiels coming up. We're excited. But right here we have the Polar Spiel in a tie game in our final. Jason Pereira, Clint going at it here. Grey Duck looked to be in control, right? They're up 3-0. They ran into really some stacked stones there, lined right up, and it's tough to kind of break through there.
Nice opening.
Second from Dan Mueller coming up for third rock from the button. Yeah. Especially in this direction, right to left. Which is where most of the shots, I think, in the third were going, right? Everything was kind of moving this way. Yeah. Trying to freeze to it. Not quite there. Yeah. There's a gap. Absolutely. Yeah, it's about a stone's length away from that scoring yellow stone. Second coming up from Edward O'Keefe and Grey Duck. Or excuse me. I'm right. Don't second guess yourself. Don't second guess yourself. All right, here it is. Yeah.
A little wider. Oh, what a radical sweep.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Really good spot for it. Jason sitting 2 early. We'll see what the plan is. Looks like they're going to try and sit right on that stone here for Clint. Yes. First from Taylor Hall. And this is kind of hanging wider maybe than he thought. Yeah. Might get some late curl because we've seen it plenty of times, but no, this is going to. Sit pretty deep.
It's not a great placement.
It is touching the 4, but right, it's
So exposed.
yeah. Sitting 3 behind cover, yeah, yeah. True, but we're yeah. You're discussing something. Okay. Again, in a 6 end, maybe if this is a longer match, maybe they do go for that, but for the bigger end, but right now.
Not get too excited.
Mm-hmm. You are sitting 2 because of that miss, so you can You'd gladly take 2. Yeah, which looks like it might be. Yeah. Yeah. I think they're just gonna be sitting 3 now. Is that same shot open now to Clint, or is it a little bit too much room to move? Or no, there's less room now. Yeah. Second from Taylor Hall. He wants this to move a little more. Needs it to move over. Not the freeze they were looking for, I don't think. That can be cleared. Okay. Wider broom. Yeah. Yeah, looks like a wider broom, right? Second from Olsen here. In the 5th end of a tie game. We're playing 6 in this final, so a critical end here. Yeah. Might just be light enough to get the job done. Yeah. Yeah. Those gaps are an issue, right? If you're Jason here. Mm-hmm. You don't want to give up 2 though, right? He's looking at that space between the 2. Oh, okay. Right. They're talking about that space.
It's kind of a scary space, yeah.
It's they're talking about blowing it up right now. All right. That's a curling term, making it go away. Forrest with his second of the end. Needs it to move. Oh boy. Oh my. No. Unfortunately, none of it went away. Yeah, it's supposed to be fun, right?
Well, this is tough. Now yellow 7-3.
Yeah, they're guarding this up. I'm almost sure of it. Yeah, last match going here. Jensen delivering his first shot. Evan Jensen. They're trying to hold that right side. Yeah, really good spot for it. Yeah, they were calling for that broom very early to try and keep it further to the right than it is, but certainly not an easy task here for Forrest in his second. Looking for redemption here, and that's tight. They're gonna just try and play this. It's moving left of that. Not enough weight on it. Yeah, it's just not going to be there. So, big danger here. Yeah. Another guard? Or they're just trying to cover up that entire right side, make it tough to draw into. Okay, there's options. Jensen's second. No. Ooh. Well, it's covering up more, which at the end of the day is what you're looking for.
I love you too, Jared.
Yeah. Should be. All right, well. Tough spot here for Clint. He has 2 stones left. And he's resigned to just doing this. All right. Trying to salvage something here in the end of the 5th. Oh, just no Peter. Uh-oh. They got to get on this because it is. Want to move around that guard. Looks like he got it around the guard.
Got around.
It's just.
Oh, is he going to make contact? Yes.
All right. How
But
far
is
did
it
they move
enough?
it? Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right. So I apologize if it sounds like I'm talking to myself. Peter is here with me. Just trying to sort things out. Do you think we solved it?
Yeah, I think it's resolved now.
Okay, good.
Apologies to everyone who was appreciating not having to hear me talk.
And apologize to everyone who thought I was crazy and talking to myself, which does happen, but not today. All right. So what's the call here, Peter? They trying to hit and roll behind here?
Well, I guess my big question would be how much. Yellow has hammer. There's 2 stones left. I think another guard here might suffice. That back red doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Because you have the front red that's actually closer than it.
Oh, good point.
So you're sitting 3. You can't get rid of the 2 reds to make the one in the back count. Anyways, you pull another one behind those 2 yellows.
Yeah.
Anywhere inside in the 8, and now you've got 4 stacked up. But I also don't mind the guard here to protect the button since it is pretty exposed. So if you leave this out pretty wide and high, you're really protecting your 3. Oh, this feels
a little heavy, right? But yeah, they had one to waste if that's the case. But looks like it's gonna run right through. Might sit back. 12.
Wow. Ultimately, not going to matter.
Not going to matter. No.
It's just a tripping hazard back there now.
All right, last shot for Clinton. Really, this is you could say this is the game if they don't turn this into something.
I think Clint has a lot of room here. You know,
Okay.
if he gives him one, it's not bad. He can get it to sit near the button.
Mhm.
They're better off sealing. Maybe they are. They've actually been doing pretty good.
The steel is clearly there for one, and it would be almost impossible to get to if they do. Yeah. You just got to be touching the forefoot. That's all your goal is. Yeah. Let's see. It needs to move quite a bit. Right. Needs to start to move. Oh boy. Really just flying. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. I know you're afraid of those guards, but you probably want that line to be tighter, right? Because it's just hanging way out there. Yeah. I mean, look at all those stones in the back of the house. Those were all intended. Those were all intended to be in the 4 or thereabouts, and they've all kind of just run through. But if anyone can throw it in there, it is Jason today. Here's his last shot. Last shot on 5. Yeah. It might be. I think it's going to score. Yeah. This is 4. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Really good comeback there from Clint, and third rock from the button. They were down 3-0 early. Looked like the game was in command there, and for Jason, and they ended up winning it by a final of 7-3.
What a great game we had here for this final. Good comeback, and then ultimately Jason shutting the door. Well, this has been fantastic. It's been a great weekend of curling. We'd like to thank several folks here, including everyone who came and spieled with us this weekend, anyone who donated raffle prizes, and also a special shout out to Rebecca and Andrea, who run a fantastic spiel here. So thanks, everyone.
Thanks for watching as well, all
Yeah.
right, folks.
We hope you had a wonderful time.
Until next time, from the Frogtown Curling Club, Peter Perry, see you later.